My child, stop right now wherever you are. Do not scroll past this message, because heaven has set an invisible clock for this exact second. You did not arrive here by accident today. My spirit drew you into this quiet space for a holy appointment. Stay right here with me for a moment, because the turnaround you prayed for begins now. I have seen the heavy load you carried in secret. I watched you in the quiet hours between midnight and morning, when sleep would not come. Your mind turned over every unanswered question, and your heart felt heavy under the weight of silent fears. You wore a smile like armor during the day to keep everyone else comfortable while you were quietly draining inside. You looked at your financial struggles. You saw the doors that closed right when you were about to walk through. You wondered why every step forward felt like 2 steps back. And while you pushed yourself to keep going every single day, the heavy burden in your chest only seemed to grow heavier. I know the exact depth of your weariness. Hear me clearly today, my beloved child. The silence you experienced was not abandonment. The closed doors were not rejection. I was protecting you from hidden traps that would have destroyed your spirit, and I was refining your heart for a harvest you could not yet carry. You passed the hardest test, even when you did not know you were taking it. Heaven does not schedule ordinary meetings. This moment was written in eternity, before the foundations of the world were laid. You were picked to receive something rare today, a private revelation not meant for the crowd. Keep this close in your heart right now. Lower your defenses, because I am not speaking to you with demands or harsh reproach. I am stepping directly into your path to hand you a divine gift today. Look at the closed doors that have kept you in a holding pattern for years. The enemy tried to convince you that nothing would ever change in your life. That argument is a complete lie. The seal over your provision is cracking open in this very hour. This is the key you must receive today. It is the master key of divine authority, forged in the fires of your endurance and sanctified by your tears. When you receive this key into your spirit, what was locked in the unseen realm will instantly yield to my word. No human barrier can stand against what I am about to unseal over your lineage. Pause with me in this sacred quiet. Take a deep, slow breath right now, and let the heavy tension leave your shoulders. Feel my peace settling over your mind like a gentle blanket. Are you ready to step into your freedom? Declare your amen right now if your heart is open to receive this heavenly shift. Do not let fatigue or small distractions pull you away from this encounter. Exhaustion has been pushing you toward decisions made from weariness rather than faith. The adversary wants your attention to wander, so you walk away before the full blessing is placed in your hands. But I tell you today that your waiting season ends right here. Imagine standing in the middle of a roaring storm with howling winds and crashing waves. Yet right there in the center of the storm, you are still standing, unbroken. You carry a holy resilience that the world cannot understand. The fire you walked through was not sent to consume you, but to separate the gold from what was never meant to stay. I saw how you chose mercy when you could have chosen bitterness. I saw how you kept praying with trembling hands when your heart was breaking into pieces. You proved that what surrounds you does not get to decide what comes out of you. You are a royal heir, set apart for a purpose far greater than your current pain. The key I am placing in your hands today will unlock 3 distinct areas of your life. It will unlock your financial provision, restore undisturbed peace to your mind, and realign your relationships with divine connections. What was held back in secret is about to be released in full measure. You will no longer beg for bread at tables you were born to rule. Listen to the gentle rhythm of my voice above the surrounding noise of your world. I am lifting the heavy fog from your spirit right now. A shift is taking place in the unseen realm at this exact instant. The long winter of waiting is turning into your season of breakthrough. Do not walk away from this holy hour unprepared. You are closer to a breakthrough than your feelings are telling you. The delay was never a denial, because my hand was actively preparing the atmosphere for your arrival. When the doors swing open today, no force on earth or beneath it will ever be able to shut them again. Stand firm in your calling, for your destiny is being unsealed. Open your spiritual eyes and prepare your heart for what is about to be revealed. The key is in your hands right now. Keep listening with undivided focus, for every word that follows carries the light to guide your next step. Your turnaround is not coming tomorrow, my child, because your harvest begins in this very moment. Let us look deeper into the quiet places of your heart today. I want you to understand why this sacred pause was scheduled in eternity. I know you arrived here weary. You are carrying a heavy load that no human eye was permitted to see. And while you pretended that everything was fine, your spirit was quietly crying out for help in the dark. I saw you in the late hours when the world grew completely still. You laid in the dark while sleep refused to come to your tired body. Your mind turned over every unpaid bill and every unanswered question until your chest felt tight with fear. And every time you tried to close your eyes, the heavy anxiety returned to whisper lies about your future. I watched you carry the burdens of your family on your own shoulders. You became the strong one for everyone else around you. You gave away your last reserves of energy to keep others comfortable, while you had no one to lean on. And when you needed someone to hold your hand, you found yourself standing completely alone in the quiet shadows of your pain. You wore a smile like armor every single morning. You walked into the world pretending that you had everything under control. People looked at you and thought you were thriving, but I saw the tears you wiped away in secret. You felt like you were drowning in a deep ocean, while everyone on the shore applauded your ability to stay afloat. Do not feel ashamed of the exhaustion that has settled into your bones. I am not looking at you with judgment or disappointment today. I saw how hard you fought against the waves of discouragement that tried to pull you under. And even when your faith felt as small as a tiny grain of sand, you still whispered my name through your tears. Let us talk about the doors that slammed shut in your face. You worked so hard to build a better life for yourself and your family. You submitted the applications, you made the calls, and you waited patiently for the breakthrough. But right when you reached out to grab the handle, the door was violently shut in your face without any explanation. The feeling of helplessness was almost too much for your soul to bear. You felt the cold sting of rejection over and over again in your journey. You looked at others who seemed to move forward effortlessly, while your feet felt trapped in heavy mud. And in the quiet moments of your disappointment, you asked yourself why heaven seemed so silent during your greatest need. You wondered if you had done something wrong to deserve such opposition. The enemy whispered that you were cursed, rejected, and forgotten by your Creator. He tried to convince you that your past mistakes had forever ruined your chances of receiving my favor. But I am stepping in today to break every single lie that held you captive in fear. I counted every single tear that fell onto your pillow in the dark. Not one drop was wasted, because every tear was gathered as a precious sacrifice. You thought you were falling apart during those lonely nights of intense suffering, but in reality, your heart was being expanded to carry a glory that will soon overshadow every pain you ever felt. The helplessness you felt was real, but it was not the end of your story. You reached the end of your own human strength so that my power could be made perfect in you. When you had no answers left, my wisdom was already preparing a table in the wilderness. Stay close to me right now, because the mystery behind those locked doors is about to be revealed. You are not a failure because you felt weak during the long struggle. Even the strongest warriors must lay down their shields to rest in the sanctuary. You have carried the weight of the world for far too long. I am commanding you today to hand over the heavy burdens that were never meant for your human shoulders to carry alone. Breathe in my peace right now and let go of the need to fix everything yourself. Your heart has been tender and your loyalty has been tested through the fire of affliction. You stayed faithful when no one was watching your quiet sacrifices. And because you did not give up when everything hurt, a holy reward has been prepared for your lineage. Look back at the valleys you have already walked through with tears in your eyes. You survived storms that would have destroyed a lesser spirit. You are still standing today because my hand was holding you up when your knees were shaking. Do not turn away now, my beloved, because the very doors that slammed shut were hiding a key that is about to be placed in your hands. I see the deep exhaustion from carrying responsibilities that were too heavy. You tried so hard to protect the people you love from seeing your struggle. You suffered in silence because you did not want to be a burden to anyone else. But hear me clearly today, because your silent endurance has reached the highest courts of heaven. The season of fighting in your own limited strength is coming to an end. You do not have to strain or strive to earn what I am freely giving you today. The doors that closed were not meant to break your spirit, but to keep you from walking into traps that were set for your destruction. Rest your soul in this truth, for your breakthrough is being unsealed. You felt helpless when your best efforts yielded no results in the physical world. You watched your resources drain, while the mountain in front of you remained tall and unyielding. You wondered how long you could keep pushing forward before your body completely surrendered to fatigue. but I am renewing your strength like the eagle today, and you will soar high above this dark valley. What you called a delay, heaven calls preparation. What felt like a loss was actually room being made for something grander. I know the silence felt like cold abandonment when you prayed. And while you cried out for an immediate answer, I was silently working behind the scenes to protect your future from destruction. You could not see what was happening. You stood outside that locked door and pounded your fists until your hands bled. You begged me to turn the key because you thought that opportunity was your only way out. You believed that door held your entire future. But if I had opened that door when you demanded it, the hidden compromise on the other side would have destroyed your destiny. I loved you too much to open it. Hear me carefully right now, my precious child. My silence was not distance, and my refusal was not punishment. The silence of God is actually the quiet confidence of a loving Father. And while the enemy tried to convince you that heaven was ignoring your painful cries, my hand was actively shielding your soul from danger. The enemy placed an invisible pitfall right behind that contract you wanted so badly. He designed a subtle trap inside that relationship you begged me to save. You saw the sweet fruit on the branch, but I saw the bitter poison in the root, and I closed the door tightly because I refused to let you walk into a disaster. My protection was active every day. Consider Joseph in the dark dungeon. He was forgotten by men and isolated from his family for years. You looked at your own wilderness and thought you were paying for past failures. But Joseph was not being punished in the prison. He was being positioned for the throne. Your delay was never a punishment, but a period of strategic positioning. Let this truth settle deep into your spirit right now. The fog of confusion is lifting away from your mind. Seal this encounter before we move any further into your breakthrough. Inscribe these words in the comments right now. I trust your hand in the silence. Speak it out loud until your soul feels absolute peace. And as you declare your trust, the heavy confusion will dissolve completely into the air. Every rejection was simply my active redirection toward your true inheritance. You felt humiliated when they passed you over for that promotion at work. You felt broken when they closed the deal without you. And while your heart was heavy with disappointment, I was insulating your life from a toxic trap that would have suffocated your calling. I cleared the path for your safety. A child sees only the shiny object on the high table. The father sees the sharp blade lying right beside it. You saw only the immediate comfort of the moment. And because I saw the long-term trajectory of your entire lineage, I held back the blessing until your spirit was ready to carry the weight. You were being prepared for greatness. Do not measure my love by the swiftness of my answers. A human hand gives quickly to silence a crying child, but a father holds back until the moment is ripe for maturity. If I had answered your prayers when you were still operating in fear, the gift would have become an idol in your life. I pulled you back to build your character first. Your timing was focused on escaping the current pain. My timing was focused on securing your permanent victory. You wanted relief from the heavy pressure, and if you had received the harvest prematurely, the heavy weight of abundance would have crushed your unrefined heart before your season truly began. Are you listening to my voice, my child? Take a slow breath right now in this quiet space. Release the resentment you held against heaven for those closed doors. And as you surrender your anger today, you will realize that the pain of waiting saved you from a tragedy that you could not see. You were shielded by my sovereign mercy. The silence did not mean I was sleeping during your storm. I was working in the quiet realm for your good. I was removing every counterfeit opportunity from your life. And what felt like barren isolation was actually the holy sanctuary where your heart learned to recognize my quiet voice above the noise. Every time a door locked in your face, an altar was being built in your spirit. You learned to pray when you had no strength left. You learned to stand on my promises when every circumstance whispered that all hope was lost. The locked doors taught you endurance, and endurance has forged the key you are receiving today. Stop looking back at the locked doors with deep regret. Stop mourning the loss of things that were removed for your protection. You are standing at the threshold of a major shift today, and because you survived the quiet season without losing your faith, your head is being lifted high above the valleys of your past. Your strength has been renewed in secret. Look at your hands right now in this moment of quiet revelation. They are no longer bruised from pounding on closed doors that were meant to destroy you. They are empty, relaxed, and open to receive the true inheritance that has been kept pure for your lineage. What I reserved for you was worth every single day of quiet waiting. Now you understand why the door remained locked in that season. The mystery of the delay is solved forever in your spirit. You were surrounded by invisible protection all along your journey, and now that your mind is peaceful, there is a second layer of revelation that I must open before the key turns in your hands. You were not hidden in the dark to be forgotten. You were kept safe in the shadow of my wings. The silence has served its holy purpose in your life. And as this period of waiting comes to an end, prepare your spirit to understand why the refiner's fire was necessary for your glory. Your true elevation begins right now. Do not look at your wilderness as a graveyard of dead dreams. You thought you were being buried in the dark soil of hardship, but you were actually being planted for a massive harvest. The darkness around you was not the end of your life. It was the quiet womb where your true strength was taking root. You were never meant to stay small. The refiner does not place gold into the furnace to destroy it. He leans over the heat with intense focus and watches until every impurity separates from the precious metal. He waits patiently until he can see his own reflection in the clear liquid surface. The heat you felt was not your destruction, my child. It was the loving hand of the refiner removing the dross from your heart. You felt the crushing weight of the pressure every single day. You asked why the heat had to be so intense during that season of trial. But gold cannot be refined at low temperatures, because the deepest impurities only release when the furnace reaches its highest peak. The intensity of your pain was a direct measurement of the pure value inside your soul. You carry gold. Hear this revelation deep in your spirit today. You were not being broken down in that painful wilderness. You were being broken open so that the divine power inside you could finally overflow. A sealed alabaster jar keeps its precious oil hidden inside. But when the vessel is broken open, the fragrant oil fills the entire room with its sweet aroma. Your outer shell had to yield so your inner spirit could rise up. You thought your heart was breaking into pieces from the heavy grief, but I was expanding the capacity of your vessel so you could hold a greater measure of my glory. A small cup can only hold a few drops of blessing. I needed a larger container to store the massive abundance prepared for your family. Think about the small seed that falls into the cold ground. It lies alone in the dark earth, while its outer shell softens and splits apart. If the seed remained unbroken, it would stay a single tiny grain forever. But when it bursts open in the dark soil, a powerful tree grows forth to bear sweet fruit for generations. You are that fruitful seed today. The enemy wanted you to believe that the crushing was meant to kill your spirit. He cheered when he saw your tears falling onto the floor during those heavy nights. But what the enemy designed to bury you became the very ground that nourished your deepest roots. You did not die in the wilderness, because my life was flowing through your soul every moment. Pause with me right now in this sacred quiet. Take a deep breath and let the realization settle over your mind. You survived the fire without the smell of smoke upon your clothes. Are you still listening to my voice, my child? Declare your amen right now if you feel your spiritual capacity expanding in this exact moment. You proved your loyalty when you stayed faithful in the dry desert. Anyone can shout with praise when the rain falls and the harvest is abundant. But you praised my name when the well was dry and the ground was hard beneath your feet. You proved that your trust was anchored in my character rather than your temporary circumstances. You passed the test. The wilderness was the holy place where your pride was stripped away completely. You stopped relying on human wisdom and worldly connections to solve your problems. You learned to look up to the mountains where your true help originates every single day. And because you learned to lean entirely on my strength, you are stepping out of the desert as a mighty warrior. Look at the transformation that has occurred inside your spirit. The person who entered the furnace was filled with anxiety and fear about tomorrow. But the person who emerges today carries an unshakable peace that cannot be bought with worldly riches. You are no longer easily shaken by the rumors of trouble, because your foundation is built upon eternal rock. You thought you were losing everything during the long season of sacrifice. You lost old comfort zones, human approval, and selfish ambitions along the way. But those things were merely heavy baggage that would have weighed you down on the high mountain. I stripped away the extra weight so you could run your race with freedom and joy. The fire was hot, but the refiner was always standing close to the flames. I never left your side for a single microsecond during your hardest trial. When the pressure felt unbearable, my unseen angels were encircling your room to sustain your breath. You were never alone in the furnace, because I was walking right beside you in the middle of the fire. Now your vessel is open, clean, and expanded to receive the overflow. The old cracks have been sealed with holy gold from the altar of grace. You are no longer a fragile jar that shatters under the light pressure of daily trouble. You are a vessel of honor, crafted by divine hands to carry a holy blessing to a searching world. Keep your attention focused completely on this encounter as we step forward into your victory. The refiner's fire has completed its work in your refined spirit today. And now that your capacity has been increased beyond your imagination, it is time to reveal the royal identity that was hidden beneath your battle scars. Your true glory is about to shine. Now it is time to throw away the counterfeit labels that the world placed upon your shoulders. The enemy called you a failure, a castaway, and a victim of endless tragedy. But today I dismantle every single lie that was whispered against your true name. You are not a helpless survivor, barely making it through the storm. And as a royal heir to the kingdom of heaven, you were anointed before the foundations of the world were laid. You carry a divine purpose. Stop measuring your worth by the painful scars of what you walked through in that dark valley. You carry the bloodline of royalty, forged in fire and sealed with eternal promise. The heavy robes of mourning are taken off your back right now. And as I wrap your shoulders in garments of praise and holy dignity, your head is being lifted above every single shame of your past. You walk with quiet confidence today. Let us look directly at the deep ache you felt when those you trusted walked away from your side. You remembered the bitter betrayals that cut into your fragile heart like sharp glass. You wondered why your unselfish loyalty was met with sudden coldness and abandonment. And in the quiet hours of your sorrow, you asked yourself what you did wrong to deserve such painful treatment from people you loved. Hear me clearly today, my beloved child. Their departure was not your failure. It was my active hand, pruning your life to make room for a massive harvest. I cleared the space around you because where I am taking you requires a completely different kind of company. The smallness of where they were comfortable could never hold the great magnitude of your destiny. I removed them to protect your soul. Some of those people loved the version of you that was broken and dependent on their help. They felt comfortable as long as you were struggling in the dark valley beside them. But when my light began to shine upon your head, their hidden jealousy could no longer remain silent. If they had stayed in your circle, they would have poisoned the seeds of your upcoming elevation. I cut the branches to save your fruit. Do not mourn for the dry branches that fell to the ground during the storm. They were meant for a temporary season, but their assignment in your story has fully ended. Are you still listening to my voice, my child? Take a deep breath right now and let go of the lingering resentment in your chest. Declaring your forgiveness today will unlock the divine connections that are standing directly ahead. I am opening your path to holy relationships that will honor the mantle you carry. You will no longer have to force people to stay or beg for crumbs of affection at cold tables. I am surrounding your life with faithful stewards who will lift your hands when you are tired. And as you step into your new chapter together, they will celebrate your victories without a single trace of envy in their hearts. Look at yourself through my heavenly eyes right now. You are no longer the timid soul who hid in fear behind human excuses. You carry an anointed presence that makes darkness tremble and breaks heavy yokes of bondage. When you walk into a room, my peace enters with you to transform the atmosphere completely. Stand tall in your royal identity today, for you were born to reign over your circumstances. I am severing every unholy cord that bound your mind to the opinions of those who left you. Their harsh words no longer have the power to define your future or stop your progress. What they intended as a public humiliation was turned into a private sanctuary of refinement. You were set apart, not cast aside. Your painful solitude was my classroom, where your spirit learned true spiritual authority. You cannot wear a royal crown while clinging to the rags of your past struggles. I am stripping away the false modesty that kept you from walking in your full authority. You were taught to shrink back so others would feel comfortable around you. But I am commanding you today to step into the light and embrace the dignity of your divine calling without fear or apology. The pruning season is now complete in your garden. The wild vines have been cleared, and the rich soil of your heart is ready to blossom. You do not need to look back at the empty places where old friends once stood. What I am about to place into your hands today will far outweigh every single relationship you lost along the way. Your fields are ripe for a harvest. You are a mighty warrior standing unbroken after the fiercest spiritual battles of your life. You carried the heavy cross in secret, and now you will wear the royal mantle in open view. The enemy fought you so intensely because he recognized the kingdom authority resting upon your life. But his time of opposition in your journey is officially over. Your royal heritage is unsealed today. Prepare your spirit for what comes next in this holy encounter. The atmosphere over your destiny is charged with divine power at this exact second. You have been refined, elevated, and set apart as a royal heir. And now, the master key is turning in the lock to shatter every remaining chain of your past. Step forward with boldness, for your great breakthrough has finally arrived. The moment of ultimate breakthrough has finally arrived. The atmosphere around your life is shaking right now with divine authority. I decree over your life that every scheme formed against your future is shattered into pieces. And while the enemy tried to lock you in a permanent cage of fear, heaven is stepping into your battle with unlimited power today. Look at the unseen realm with your spiritual eyes. The dark strongholds that held your family captive for generations are crumbling to dust right now. You are no longer standing at the mercy of opposing forces in this world. I place the divine key directly into your hands today, and this key carries the full weight of heavenly authority over your destiny. This is the key you were born to receive in this exact hour. It was forged in the fires of your silent endurance and sanctified by every tear you shed in the dark wilderness. When this key turns in the spiritual realm, no force on earth or beneath it can stand against its power. What was closed against your life for years will yield instantly to my decree today. Now, hear the sound of the first seal shattering over your life. I break the heavy seal of financial lack and generational poverty right now in my name. For too long you watched your hard work disappear into leaky buckets, while unexpected debts drained your peace. But the spirit of lack is stripped of its power over your household this very second, because your harvest is unsealed. Every locked reservoir of provision is swinging wide open before your eyes. You will no longer beg for scraps at tables you were born to rule. I command the rivers of abundance to flood into your life through clean, unexpected avenues. What was stolen from your family during the long years of struggle is being restored to you with a sevenfold increase right now. Hear the sound of the second seal shattering into dust today. I break the heavy seal of mental torment, anxiety, and sleepless nights that plagued your mind for years. The enemy tried to convince you that you would never find true rest in this life, but I speak peace to your troubled heart right now, and every dark cloud hovering over your thoughts must scatter instantly. Your mind is cleansed from the toxic noise of fear and worldly confusion. Deep, undisturbed sleep is returning to your pillow tonight as my angels encompass your home. You will wake up every morning with quiet strength and clarity in your spirit. The heavy weight that sat on your chest for so long is lifted off your shoulders forever. Listen to the sound of the third seal cracking open over your destiny right now. I break the seal of relational sabotage, isolation, and painful betrayals that broke your heart in the past. Every invisible wall that kept you separated from divine connections is falling to the ground today. The toxic cycles that repeated in your lineage end right here in this holy encounter. I am sending faithful allies into your path who will honor the mantle you carry on your shoulders. You will no longer walk through the dark valleys alone, because divine alignments are forming around your life at this exact moment. Where there was cold rejection, my favor will establish doors of genuine love, honor, and mutual respect for your journey. The three seals are broken forever, the locks are destroyed, and the chains of delay have fallen off your feet completely. Stand tall, my beloved child, because you are walking out of your wilderness as a victorious warrior today. The enemy thought he had you trapped in the dark, but he only succeeded in awakening the sleeping giant inside your spirit. I decree over your health, your home, and your lineage that the season of defeat is officially over. Every assignment of sickness, fatigue, and premature failure is canceled right now by the blood of the covenant. You carry the mark of divine ownership, and no weapon formed against your breakthrough will ever prosper against your calling. Feel the sudden shift in your spiritual atmosphere in this exact second. The heavy fog has cleared away, and the bright light of my presence is shining upon your face. You are stepping into the open country where freedom, abundance, and joy flow without interruption. You carry the master key, and every door ahead will open at your approach. Look forward with confidence, because your past has no power over your future anymore. The scars you carry are no longer symbols of shame, but medals of holy honor, testifying to your endurance. What the enemy intended for your total destruction has been turned around to position you for unprecedented glory. You are my living witness on this earth. The victory is complete, and the decree is established in the high courts of heaven today. Nothing in the visible or invisible realm can reverse what has been done in this holy hour. Rest your spirit in this unshakable reality, for the key is yours, the seals are broken, and your new chapter begins right now with unstoppable momentum. A heart with a clenched fist operates from fear. You hold on to the small things you have left. You try desperately to protect your limited supply. And every time you tighten your grip out of panic, you close your life off from receiving the supernatural abundance of heaven. Today I call you to open your hands. Look at your hands in this quiet space. A royal heir walks with an open hand always. You know that the Father has unlimited resources for you. You are no longer a victim begging for small crumbs at the bottom of the jar, because you are standing at the threshold of a massive harvest that will alter your lineage. Understand this sacred law before you move forward. What you give in faith never leaves your life. It moves directly into your future to prepare your harvest. A dry seed kept in a dark drawer stays small forever. But when you place that seed upon the altar today, it bursts open in the ground to produce 100-fold return. You do not come to this altar to beg. You step forward with holy dignity today as a victor. You know that your gift is a powerful act of spiritual authority. The enemy wants you to keep holding on to small things because he fears the explosive breakthrough that your obedience will release into your family line. Hear my voice clearly in this decision moment. Place a seed of faith upon the stone altar right now. Release your trust into my care without any fear in your heart. And as you place your seed upon the altar today, the invisible barrier that held back your financial supply will crack open completely before your eyes. Sowing during a hard season changes your spiritual position. The world tells you to hoard out of worry. My kingdom operates on supernatural multiplication for those who trust. Every seed placed upon this stone altar becomes a permanent landmark in heaven, and it will protect your children from walking through scarcity. Feel the sudden surge of eager expectation inside your spirit. You no longer view life through the lens of worry. You know that your action today activates my angels of blessing. They go before your steps to level every rough mountain, and doors of opportunity will open naturally because your sacrifice prepared the path ahead. The enemy whispers that you should wait for better conditions. He wants you to hesitate so you miss your visitation. But a true warrior sows even when the wind blows hard. Do not let hesitation rob you of the inheritance that stands at your door today, because your moment of total transformation is happening right now. Stand tall in your royal mantle and speak into the atmosphere. Declare with a firm voice that you are free. Proclaim it until every fear in your heart completely dissolves. And as you speak those words out loud into the quiet air, the final chains of delay will shatter off your life forever. Your action today reaches far beyond your own life. The blessing attached to your obedience covers your entire family. You are breaking the legacy of poverty that held your parents captive. 19. And while others live in constant fear of tomorrow, your lineage will walk in the unshakable stability of heaven forever. I see the deep trust you are demonstrating right now. Sweet incense rises to my throne as you honor my word. The seals are destroyed and the doors are wide open. What was held back in secret for years is now being released into your waiting hands today, because you proved your heart faithful in the wilderness. Your seed establishes a covenant of protection over your household. No weapon formed against your financial progress will prosper anymore. When the enemy tries to bring lack or confusion into your home, my holy covenant will stand as an impenetrable wall that shields your entire family. You will never return to debt. Rest your soul in the quiet peace of your decision today. You answered the call of your Creator with deep courage in your heart. The long struggle is over, and your reward is at hand. And just as the morning rain waters the dry earth, my favor is settling over your mind like a blanket of perfect rest and complete peace. Keep your eyes fixed forward as we step into our final prayer. Your open hands have received the master key of authority today. Your seed has anchored your future in permanent triumph over every fear. Go forward with your head lifted high, because the painful chapter of empty hands is closed forever in your life. The storehouses of heaven are opened wide over your home today. What you sowed in tears, you will now reap with songs of joy. The doors that were locked for years will yield to your step. And as you walk into your inheritance today, my presence will shine upon your face to guide every step of your journey. Heaven has recorded your name among the faithful remnant today. You did not shrink back in fear when the test was hot. You stood strong and placed your trust in my promises, alone. Receive your harvest with joy in your heart, because everything I have spoken over your destiny shall come to pass without a single moment of delay. Now quiet your breathing, my beloved child. Close your eyes right where you are. Take a deep, slow breath into your lungs and let the air out gently. Feel the heavy weight completely leaving your chest as my presence settles over your spirit today. The battle is no longer yours to fight, because I have taken full command of your situation. Let every remaining fear melt away into this quiet space. I speak my final sealing prayer over your life, your home, and your entire lineage in this holy hour. Heavenly Father, seal this precious child under the shadow of your almighty wings today. I seal the master key of divine authority that was placed into their waiting hands. I decree that every door unsealed in this encounter shall remain open forever, and no weapon formed against their peace shall ever prosper. Let your holy angels encompass their dwelling on every side, right now, to guard their coming and going. I declare an impenetrable hedge of protection around their mind, their body, and their financial supply. May the seed placed upon this stone altar produce an abundant harvest that sustains their family for generations. Every spirit of confusion, fatigue, and delay is cast out from their presence forever. I speak complete restoration over everything the adversary stole from you during those long years in the desert. What was lost in secret will be repaid to you in open view with interest. The painful memories that used to torment your mind are losing their power over your emotions right now. And as my light fills every corner of your soul, you are set free to walk in the fullness of your true calling. Now hear my gentle instruction, my child, for this wisdom will protect your newly unsealed harvest. Keep this private revelation quiet in your heart for a season. Do not rush out to tell the world what heaven has accomplished in your spirit today. A delicate seed requires quiet time in the dark soil before it breaks through the earth to show its fruit. Let your blessing take deep root in total silence. The noisy opinions of doubters can easily disturb a newborn shift in your spiritual environment. When you keep your breakthrough private, you shield your heart from the cold winds of human envy and cynicism. Walk in quiet confidence today without feeling any need to explain your transformation to others. Your visible results will soon speak louder than any human argument ever could. Remember the lessons you learned in the quiet furnace of your wilderness journey. You discovered that human promises are fragile, but my word stands firm through every storm. Do not return to old habits of seeking validation from people who never understood your pain. You are standing on holy ground today, and your trust belongs exclusively to the one who brought you through the fire. Look at the path behind you with gratitude rather than regret. The tears you shed were not wasted, because they watered the soil of your endurance. The people who left your side were not a loss, because they cleared the space for divine alignments. Everything you walked through was woven into a tapestry of strength that prepares you to wear your royal crown with dignity and grace. Sleep tonight in deep, undisturbed peace, knowing that your future is secure in my hands. You will no longer lay awake in the dark, while fear turns over unanswered questions in your mind. The heavy anxiety that sat on your chest for years has been permanently lifted away by my grace. When you lay your head upon your pillow tonight, my peace will cover your soul like a warm blanket. When you wake up tomorrow morning, you will feel a new lightness in your step and clarity in your mind. The heavy fog that clouded your vision is gone forever. You will look at the daily tasks ahead of you not with dread, but with quiet excitement for what I am unfolding in your life. You are walking into a season where my favor goes before you to make every crooked path straight. No longer will you look at your circumstances through the lens of lack or fear. You carry the key of authority, and the doors of provision are open before your step. When obstacles arise in your path, You will speak to them with the firm voice of a royal heir. You know that heaven stands behind your words, and what you decree on earth is established in the unseen realm. If your heart agrees with this heavenly decree, express your agreement in the quiet of your spirit right now. Write your amen in the comments below to lock this covenant into your physical reality. Check the pinned direction below if you desire to stay connected with our faithful remnant as we walk together into this new chapter of victory. You belong to a holy community of overcomers. Go forth with your head lifted high, my precious child. The long season of walking through dark valleys in lonely tears is closed forever in your story. You are stepping into an open country filled with my favor, my provision, and my unbroken communion. Remember who you are at all times, for you carry the royal bloodline of the King wherever your feet shall tread today. I bless your going out and your coming in from this day forth and even forevermore. I bless your family, your health, and the work of your hands with supernatural increase. Nothing in heaven or on earth can stop the momentum that was unsealed in your life today. Peace be still over your mind, your home, and your destiny, for your complete triumph is forever secured.